Science 2 chapter Energy Flow in an Ecosystem. It is the 7th chapter in your lesson. Your textbook, you can see it. Energy flow in an ecosystem. Okay. This is the biology part. It comes under the biology part. It is bio part and it comes under a zoology. Okay. We shall start our lesson. Chapter number 7. It is a part 1. After all, we have to do 3 sessions. This is a very first session of 3 sessions. Okay. Shall we start? Now, very first, what are the today's key topics? Today's key topic, what we are going to learn today. Okay. Today, key topics are very first, ecosystem, food chain. What is food chain? Okay. Today we are going to learn. Next is food web. And last is energy pyramid. Okay. 4 key topics we are going to learn today. Now, very first, we shall discuss about what are the factors related to ecosystem. Okay, which are the factors related to ecosystem. Now, what are the factors related to ecosystem? We shall discuss. Factors related to ecosystems are living things. Living things. In our ecosystem, both living things and non-living things are there. Now, what are the living things? We have already learned in this previous classes. Biotic factors. Okay, biotic factors comes under the plants, insects, humans also. These are the biotic factors. Okay. Now, what is non-living things? It comes under the abiotic factors. That are the examples. Which are the non-living things? You know, soil, minerals, and rocks, etc. These are the abiotic factors. Means you can say that both biotic and abiotic factors, the combination of both comes under the ecosystem. Okay. Now, we have already learned the classification of living organisms. Okay. We have already learned the classification of living organism according to the mode of nutrition. Okay. In previous classes, we have discussed all this. Okay. Previous classes, 8th standard, 7th standards. Okay. You can see these are the ecosystem. These are the very simple diagram. You can see this is ecosystem. You can see that all these biofalls, bacteria, rock. Okay. Bacteria. Rocks and gravels. Okay. This comes under the rocks and gravels, under the minerals. Okay. Fish, living things. Under elements. Below the rocks and gravels. Okay. Now again, what? It comes plants, skimmers. Okay. These are all the living organisms. Okay. Together both forms the ecosystem. Now, what is ecosystem? Okay, beta. Okay, students. What is ecosystem? Ecosystem is how ecosystem is described as. Okay. Now we shall describe our ecosystem. An ecosystem is a community of living organism in conjunction with the non-living components of their environment interacting as a system. If I shall discuss it very clearly, an ecosystem is both biotic and abiotic factors. Okay, they work together biotic and abiotic factors, they both work together to form a bubble of life. They generate life. Okay, both biotic and abiotic factors. You can't say that abiotic factor is not necessary for ecosystem. It is very essential, but both factors are very essential to generate life in this world. Okay, that is the main purpose of ecosystem. Now you can see in this diagram, in ecosystem, what is comes under. Okay, this is brief diagram. Now in ecosystems, you can see all those things whichever happens in day-to-day life. What does it happen in our day-to-day life? You can see solar radiation. Solar radiation comes from the sun. Solar radiation. Disturbance. This disturbance means natural disasters you see in our day-to-day life. Means burning of forest, floods. These are called the disturbances. This also come under the ecosystems. Okay. Now habitat. Now question is, what is habitat? Habitat means what? I explain you very clearly. Elephant lives in a forest. That is its habitat. It is its natural place. If you see elephant in the zoo, that is not its habitat. That is not its natural place. Okay. You got it? What is habitat? It is new words in this chapter which you are going to learn. Okay. Habitat means. Now plant community. Plant community means different types of plants. There are millions and millions of plants in our surroundings. Together, this million and millions of plants forms a plant community. Okay. Nutrients, minerals, soil organisms. Soil organism means bacteria, fungi. These are all the soil organisms which you found in the soils. Okay. This all process produce life. Okay, this produce life, this generate life and hold together form an ecosystem. Okay. Once again, we shall discuss about what is an ecosystem. An ecosystem is a community of living organism. What is that? Community of living organism in conjunction with the non-living components of their environment. It interacting as a system. Okay. Whole its work as a system. Okay, you know very well what is a system. Okay. Now next, what is ecosystem mainly depends on? Ecosystem mainly depends on 4 different trophic levels. 4 different trophic levels it depends upon. What are the 4 different trophic levels? It comes primary consumers. It is called as herbivorous. I will describe one by one. First of all, we just listen what are those 4 trophic levels. Primary consumers, herbivorous. Second one is secondary consumers, carnivorous. Third one is apex or top consumers, carnivorous. And fourth is mixed consumers, that is omnivorous. Okay. Now we have already learned the classification of living organism according to the mode of nutrition into producers, consumers, saprophytes, and decomposers. Okay, these are all we will discuss one by one. Okay. Now these are the various trophic levels of the ecosystems around you. Okay. These are the various 4. There are 4. We will discuss now one by one. Now, very first is primary consumers, which are called as herbivorous. Students, you know herbivorous. What is meaning of herbivorous? Okay, herbivorous means an animals or living organism, those who depend upon the plants or grass they eat only plants or grass are called herbivorous. And these herbivorous are the primary consumers. Okay. Now, what are the primary consumers? How it defines? Okay. In picture, you can see 4 different animals. But first of all, we shall describe what is primary consumer in detail. Primary consumers are heterotrophs that feed on producers. Heterotrophs means an living organism, those who depend upon their food on plants. Okay, they are called heterotrophs. Since producers, autotrophs, producers means autotrophs. Auto means they generate food by themselves. They do not depend on others. They generate food by themselves. Okay, they are called as autotrophs. They are typically plants. Okay, they are typically plants. And primary consumers are herbivorous. Secondary consumers feed on the primary consumers. We will discuss later, but we will discuss primary consumers. You can see these 4 different animals. This goat. Okay, goat is total herbivorous animal which eat grass. Okay, you have found in your surroundings. Again, this is rabbit, deer, and cows. Okay, these are 4 animals. Again, you can find grasshopper, squirrel, elephant. I have not mentioned in this picture, but this is for a general example that I am talking to you. Grasshopper, squirrel, and elephant are also depend upon the producers, autotrophs. Producers are called autotrophs, and these all animals are heterotrophs, and they are put in the category of primary consumers, are called as herbivores. Okay. Secondary consumers, carnivorous. Now, second one is secondary consumers. Sorry. Secondary consumers, carnivorous. Okay. Now, what is carnivorous? These carnivorous are those living organisms which totally depend upon the herbivorous as their food for food. Secondary consumers are the carnivorous. Our consumers feed on primary consumers itself, that is herbivorous. Means you can see that 4 different animals: owl, okay, fish, and fox, hyenas, and again frog, etc. Okay, these consumers use herbivores as their food. Frog, okay, frog feed on grasshoppers. Fox feed on, you can see that, feed on this rabbit or deer. Hyenas also, they totally depend upon their primary consumers. They are put in the category of secondary consumers. They are called as carnivorous. Now you have distinguished the characteristics of both herbivorous and carnivorous. You can write it. Okay. If it has been asked question. Now, third one is apex or top consumers. Apex means predators. They are also called predators. Apex. Okay, top level. Apex means tops or top consumers. Predators. Generally, they are called as predators, and they are also carnivorous. Don't get confused, sir. That also are carnivorous. This also are carnivore. Then what is different? That means apex predators are those consumers. For an example, tiger, lion, vulture, and you can see that apex shark. These consumers use herbivorous Just listen to me very carefully. This consumer use herbivorous and carnivorous both as their food, and no other any animal feed on top consumers. Means you never seen that anybody is feeding on tiger. If tiger is dead, then it is different part, but it is when it is alive. Nobody feed on tiger. Nobody feed on lions. Okay. If they got dead, that is a different part that we will learn in next topic. Okay. These are called as apex or top consumers, and they are called as predators also. Top consumers, carnivorous. These consumers use herbivorous and carnivorous as their food, and no other animals feed on top consumers. Got it, all of you? Thank you. Now next is fourth one, mixed consumers. That is omnivorous. Fourth one is mixed consumers. What is mixed consumers? Mixed means the word itself describes mixed means it would come under all carnivorous, omnivorous, and herbivorous. Okay, these are the mixed consumers which comes under the omnivorous. In this diagram, you can see that the mixed consumers. Very first animal. Okay, this is bear. You see that bear is both, it feeds on both plants and animals also. Okay, means it's vegetarian and non-vegetarian also. That's why it's called as a mixed consumers. Monkey, you also see the monkeys or this in the category. They are also called as mixed consumers. These also animals. And humans are also treated as mixed consumers. Okay. Mixed consumers, human, bear, etc. feed on herbivorous, carnivorous, and producers. Okay. Humans are also kept in the category of omnivorous because for their food, for their living, for their food, they feed on herbivorous also, carnivorous also, and producers also. That's why it's called as mixed consumers, that is omnivorous. Sorry. Now what we have learned? We have learned all these 4 different trophic levels, different type of consumers in our ecosystem. Okay. Now, next topic is our key topics is food chain. Okay. Now, what is this food chain? Food chain. Chain means generally you use the chain and tie up one chain to another chain, and it makes a complete chain, that is food chain. Okay. Now look here in this diagram, we shall describe what is food chain. Okay. Now food chain interaction goes on continuously between producers, consumers, and saprophytes. There is a definite sequence in this interaction which is called the food chain. Okay. Now what kind of interaction is this? Now I will explain you what is the meaning of food chain. Now just look over here. This is corn. Okay, this is corn, means producers. Rat feed on corn and owl feed on rats. This makes a chain. Okay. Now rabbit feed on carrots, fox feed on rabbit, and lion feed on fox. This forms a chain. Got it? Now, third example, grasshopper feeds on grass, frog feed on grasshopper, snakes, python feed on frogs, and eagle, which is an apex predators, feed on python. This makes a chain. Okay, means interaction goes on continuously between producers, consumers, and saprophytes. Okay, there is a definite sequence in this interaction which is called the food chain. Okay, means each chain consists of four, five or more links. You can see here 4 or there are 5 links. Okay, an ecosystem consists of many food chains that are interconnected at various levels. बराबर है? That interconnected at various levels. Do you understand what is food chain? Food chains means it goes on sequence, it makes up some kind of patterns. It goes from one is to another patterns. Okay, this is a food chain. Now, food web. Listen, all of you, once again. Food chain and food web are totally different. Don't get confused. Okay, what is now food web? Web means jala. Okay, generally you see spider makes it web. Okay, the word itself describe what is now food web. Okay, we shall discuss what is the food web. Okay, just look here by the definition. Each chain consists of 4 or 5 more links. An ecosystem consists of many food chains that are interconnected at various levels. Thus, a food web is formed. Now look here, by diagram itself I will discuss you. Okay, now look how this food web works. Just look at this figure 2 very carefully. Now you can see that grasshopper feeds on corn. Okay, that is fine. But you can see that for grasshopper, frog also feed on grasshopper and rat also feed on grasshopper. Got it? Look, it is not only general that only the grasshopper is for frog only. No, grasshopper is for all. For it feeds on rat also, it feeds for frog also. And you can see that python likes both, means snakes like frog also, or it feeds on rat. Okay, and you can see that this flowering plants means butterfly feeds on this flower, butterfly, both lavender. And who feeds on butterfly? Dragonfly, frog. Okay, these are all the consumers of frogs and dragonflies, butterfly. And you can see that again, this is the mango, which is a fruit fly. Fruit fly feeds on fruit fly feeds dragonfly, and this thrush means small birds. And this is going on all. For fox, wolf feeds on rats, wolf feeds on thrush. And finally, this is the apex predator. This is the apex predator which feeds on python. Okay, it feeds on rat, or it may even also feeds on wolf, frogs. These are all means all this you can see that interconnected links between each and other, it forms some kind of webs. This is called a food web, which makes a complete interconnected links, interconnected with each other. That is called a food web. Got it, all of you? Now, describe what is food chain and food chain we have already described. Now, what is difference between food chain versus food web? What is the difference? Okay, and what is if we are describing that both are completely different parts, food chain and food web, we shall describe one by one here. Now look at this. What is food chain? Already we have discussed. Food chain is a linear sequence of organisms through which nutrition and energy flows from one organisms to another. बराबर है? Got it? हाँ. Food chain is a linear. Linear means singular line. Linear means only one single line. That is called a linear sequence of organism through which nutrition energy flows from one organism to other. I have already described. It consists of only a one straight chain, but in food web it is different. The network of different food chains is a food web. Network means it works as a network of a food chain is called the food web. It consists of many interconnected food chains. Major differences. Okay, means totally opposite differences. When we are talking about a distinguished characteristics of both topics, then it will be one opposite to another. That we already know, we have already learned in the previous classes. Okay, now second point. Now this point is very important. Okay, just look, all of you very clear. This have to be described in brief. If one group and organism disturbed, the whole chain will become unstable. This is very important. Means if one of group of an organism disturbs, means if there were no rats, finally if the rat there is no rat, means it existed in our environment, in our surrounding, in our ecosystem. There rat gone existed, then what will happen? You find large number of corn trees will grow here and there. You will find more and more corns everywhere, grasses, because generally rat feeds on these corns. You will find everywhere. Means it will be it creates a large proportion in our ground. You will see here and there. And what happened to the owl? Because owl feeds on rat, the population of owls will automatically get decreased. Means owl feeds on rat, they will not get the food. If they will not get food, they will automatically get died. Okay, and the population of owl get decreased, and you will see the population of corn will increase in everywhere. Got it, all of you? Means if there were no corns, then what will happen? Rat will not get their feed. Rat will die, and if rat will die, how owl can survive? Owl will not survive. It is not possible to survive for the owls. Got it, all of you? Now what will happen? If there were no owls, then automatically the population of rat will be increases. You will find everywhere rats here and there. That's why it called, if one group of an organism disturbs, the whole chain will become unstable. You can take example of this. You can take example of this also. You can take up this example. Any of the example which are form a linear sequence of organisms. If there were no frogs, then automatically the population of grasshopper will increases. Okay, and the population of python will get decreases. And if population of pythons will decreases, the population of eagle will also get decreases. So that's why it works as a system, and it is very important. Okay. Now, the food web does not become unstable by the removal of one group of organisms. It's completely different. Food web means what? Now, if it is Now, food web means if there were no rats, then Python has an option for eating frogs. Okay. Then Python has an option of eating frogs. Food web will not get disturbed. Got it? If wolf will existed in our environment, then eagle has option of pythons, thrush, frogs, or any other living organism. So it is different. The food web does not become unstable by the removal of one group of organism. If any one of the group, I am not talking two groups, any one of the groups means they can depend on others. But in food chain there is a difference. Okay. Now we see all the detailed 4 points. Food chain consists of only 4 to 5 trophic levels of different species. Species means different organism. Different types of organism is called as species. Food chain consists of only 4 to 5 trophic levels of different species. Okay. Now next, what is the opposite point for food web? The food web contains numerous trophic levels, also different population of species. You can note down this, or you can take the screenshot of food chain versus food web. This is not mentioned in your textbook. I have found, and it is in your textbook, but you want to take a screenshot, you can note it. Okay. Food chain versus food web. 4 different points, 4 different characters. Now next one is, what is energy pyramid? You all know what is pyramid. You have familiar with this word, a pyramid. Pyramid means like a mountain. Okay. First of all, we will discuss what is energy pyramid. Okay. See, energy pyramid means each level in the food chain is called a trophic level. Okay, just look. Each level, there are 4 levels: third level, second level, first level, and producers. Okay, producer. Each level in the food chain is called trophic level. A trophic level is the step at which the organism obtains its food in the chain. Energy gradually decreases from producers to top level. We have already described what is food chain and food web, but energy pyramid, what is the important point in energy pyramid? The amount of matter and energy gradually decreases from producers at lowest level to top consumer at the highest level. Okay. Now, just look over here how energy pyramid is formed. Energy pyramid is formed. All producers in the ecosystem that are called plants, these are kept as producers. After that, herbivorous. After that, carnivorous. And finally, it's omnivorous. It is first trophic level, second trophic level, and third trophic level. All these are the trophic levels which works as together. Okay. It is energy pyramid is a graphical representation. Means in maths you see some kind of graphical representation. Here also you can see that a graphical representation showing the flow of energy at each trophic level in an ecosystem. It is a graphical representation. Yes. How energy flows. Okay. Now look, we shall discuss, but one point to be noted. An introduction, we shall introduce a scientist names. A Lindman in 1942, he studied the food chain and energy flow through it. Charles Elton, also a British scientist, first proposed the concept of ecological pyramid in 1927.
After his study of the tundra ecosystems of the Bear Island in England, hence this pyramid is also called a Elotonian pyramid. These are some kind of concept that which you have to be reminded. Okay. Now, what is energy pyramid? Now we will discuss how the flow of energy. Flow of energy. Look here. This figure shows the energy transfer that take place at each trophic level. Energy transfer at each trophic level. There are different levels of energy exchange in the food chain. Okay, different levels of energy exchange in the food chain. The initial quantity of energy goes on decreasing at every level of energy exchange. Similarly, the number of organisms also decreases from the lowest level to the highest level. This pattern of energy exchange in an ecosystem is called a pyramid of energy. Now see. Phytoplanktons. Phytoplanktons which have 10,000 kilocalories of energy. More. Okay, having 10,000 kilocalories of energy. Phytoplanktons, zooplanktons feed on phytoplanktons, means okay, energy level got decreases. How much energy is remaining? Only 1,000 kilocalories, means you can say that 10 times energy is getting decreases from each topic level. It gets on very first I have mentioned that the initial quantity of energy goes on decreasing at every level of energy exchange. Okay, means if fishes feed on zooplanktons, it possesses 100 kilocalorie of energies. Who's having now fishes? Means fishes feeds on zooplanktons who's having 1,000 kilocalories of energy. Now fish have only 100 kilocalories of energy. Okay. Now humans which feed on fishes, it possess only of 10 kilocalories of energy. Finally, it's got a very decreases. A pyramid of energy is an aquatic ecosystem. बराबर है? Pyramid of energy in an aquatic ecosystem. You can see that this is the figure of aquatic ecosystem. Means aquatic ecosystem means phytoplanktons, zooplanktons, and fishes and humans. We can show in next pyramid also which how many different plant possess energy, and after the goat feeds on that plants. Okay, then after humans feed on that goats, omnivorous, means energy level is absolutely gets on decreasing. It is a pyramid of energy in an aquatic ecosystem. Aquatic means in our marine lives. Okay.